This is Mark Kunnick again, and I wanted to talk about the subject. If you're not willing to lose, then you're not willing to win. We have to, our partners that we get in life should be our helper, somebody that assists us and lifts us forward. And we do the same for each other. We have a relationship that is a win-win relationship, to where we are always, we don't have any ego there to get in the way and cause friction between each other, helping each other. And the partner you pick is somebody that you're comfortable with enough to be able to have them correct you, and you accept the correcting, willingly. And that's what the partner's for, is for us to help each other, to correct each other, and not be offended by one another. That's what your partner's for. That is the one person that you trust to be able to overcome whatever issues you have, or you may be, acting in a way that you're unaware of, and they point it out to you, and you're glad that they did. Instinctively, we want, we know that instinctively that we're cared for when somebody, corrects us as a child and as an adult. When somebody, people that love you and care about you, they're going to tell you, they're not going to allow you to do the wrong. The people that don't care, that don't give a shit about you, they will let you do whatever you want. You can go and do anything you want. That's not what you want to care or think that is somebody that cares for you, or somebody that's cool is somebody that just lets you, destroy yourself or go out and do whatever you want, or judge you, ridicule you, and push you out there to screw yourself up, to act on your self-sabotaging ways. So, we've got to be willing to lose in order to win. So we've got to be willing to be corrected by our partner. It's true that, we don't want to be corrected by other people that we don't know or we're not comfortable with. Although it just depends on your level. If you're stubborn and you have a hard time with that, then at the very least your partner should be the one that corrects you. You pick that person for that reason, so that you two can be comfortable enough with each other and become in harmony. And they're not your opponent, they're your partner. Your partner has the permission to correct you, love you, but uplift you, always assist you in moving forward, and vice versa. You both do that for each other. Not be that should not be your opponent that we should fight with or be offended by. You should always be comfortable enough to have the respect for one another, to take the discipline and take the correction, rather than be offended and, and always fighting with each other and in conflict. If that's the case, then you're with the wrong person. It's always got to be somebody that's you're comfortable with enough to point out your faults to one another. Of course, in a good way, that you're both in a trusting way. That's what trust is. You have to trust one another. You have to give that trust, and that trust has to be earned. When you're first seeing each other, you want to go out of your way to be trusted and keep that trust, not just be trusted so that you can backstab them later. That's just ridiculous. That's self-sabotage for yourself. For the person that does that, that's self-sabotage. They will do all that because that is the correct way. That way it works, and they have the ability to do it. But to go and self-destruct it afterwards is very dysfunctional and very backwards. So that is not the way things work. We want to do things the way they work. And the way things work is always to know if something works is if it's a win-win situation for you and the other person, and for everything that you guys touch, everything and everybody else. There's ways that we do things that are a win-win for everyone. And everyone that we touch, it's helpful to everyone. It's not taking or hurting anyone. That is the way that works. And the beliefs that we have should be beliefs that we have that work for us, that are there, that are proof, that we can prove, they prove to you that they work, just like your hand. Just like your hand, you know that you can trust it. It does what you tell it to do. You know that your mind tells this hand to do every single thing it does. Literally. It tells, you tell it. You can completely control it to do exactly what it does. Every single part of your body does the same. It listens to you and it does what you tell it to, and according to your thinking. You may not be telling it, but the way you think is all intervenes throughout the body. So you gotta take care of yourself. What goes in comes out, and that's including food. Whatever food goes in, it comes out. It comes out because it affects your thinking, it affects the way you feel, all that. So you put in bad stuff, even bad food, it comes out bad. It comes out bad in your health and in your thinking and everything else. And whatever that you hear from others that is bad, then that comes out too. If you take it in, whatever goes in comes out. So that's why you got to be careful and put yourself in environments that are healthy and caring, and listen to good news, not bad news, and all those things, because all that stuff that goes in, it comes out. There's no doubt about it. So be careful the way you think, and it's all you got to do is change your thinking, and everything else changes. Everything in this world is right there before us all. The same world, the same picture is right there in front of us all. Everybody takes that and does what they want with it, according to their thinking, according to the way that they do things, and that's all based on beliefs, obligations, loyalties, your programming. All that is all done. Each individual has their own way according to the way you're programmed. And we are not victims as adults ever. You're only a victim when you're a child. When you're a child, you're a victim because you have no choice then. As soon as you become an adult, then you have choice. You are in charge. You have the steering wheel to your vehicle and you can drive it anywhere you want. But you got to be aware that your vehicle has been programmed, the navigation system in your vehicle has been programmed by others, mainly by your caretakers, your parents, and everybody else that was involved in programming you as when you were growing up. So when you become an adult, you get in the front seat, you reprogram your navigation system to the way you want, where it is that you want to go in life, the way you want to think, the kind of person you want to be, reprogram that, and then you take off and you are in charge. You're no longer a victim ever. All kinds of things happen to us, but we are in charge of it, and nobody can do anything to us without our permission. Other than, tying you up or kidnapping you and things like that. But even then, you can choose to give in to it or stick to your guns and whatever happens. But that's, those are extreme situations. But we're talking about just, the literal truth of, of everybody, that we're not, encaged, or we're not being held captive. We're all free to choose. And as long as that is before us, then that's the truth. Then you're free. Then you're not a victim. Okay, so don't think in victimized ways. Don't be a victim. Just nobody can do anything to us without our permission. That's a fact. So taking on victim thinking and listening to all that type of stuff and gossip and bad news and all that, that is what's going in. And you can be sure that that's what's coming out of you. And that's what's going on with your life. So only allow good stuff and good choices and better thinking, and you will get the results of that. All right. Thank you very much. I hope this was helpful to you, and you have a great day. Have a good day, and thank you. Have a good one.